Okay, ladies, we're going to go ahead and get started. It's been a little while since we've had one of these calls, so I really didn't want to miss this one. I am in a transitional phase right now, staying with my mom. These are not my cigarettes, FYI. So I apologize. There might be noise, like it's just, I'm staying in someone else's house. So, but I had to make this work because I really felt like it was so important to talk to you guys, especially coming off a summit. Just so many people are super, pumped and motivated right now. And some of you are like really making maybe faster goals or sooner goals towards Diamond than maybe you were prior, because you can see what's possible now after Summit. So I had a topic I wanted to talk about, but I think it's more important to open it up for a couple of questions. Any questions? Because I feel like that might be more important than my topic, since we have some new faces on the call. So, and I'm not expecting you to have questions, but if there is something that you guys feel like you're struggling with right now, I'd rather leave more time for that first. So does anybody have anything pressing regarding your team, leadership that you'd like to bring to the table? I know it's like straight out of the gate, but I don't like to waste time when I know that you guys have your families that are, waiting for you too. So I understand that this is very valuable time. Be sure to mute yourself unless you're speaking though, okay? Does anybody have anything they'd like to bring up to start off with?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This isn't like pressing towards team or whatnot, but I listened to the Dash to Diamond Day 20 message today, which was kind of like following through. And one of the things that they talked about was Fit Club. What is Fit Club?
Fit Club, so it's intended to be like perhaps a weekly live meeting where you do a workout with people. I know of one person on our team who has done, actually a couple people on our team who've done it. So you just kind of choose a location where you can set up a DVD player and do a workout with people. And it's a way of introducing people to the workouts in a free environment. And people even sample Shakeology there, like little Dixie cups of Shakeology. You have a sign-up sheet or a sign-in sheet. So it's a great way to make contacts. So basically you're offering the community a free workout. I know some of the coaches who are successful with this use that, what's that? Oh gosh, it's going to escape me. What's that Meetup website that's really popular? Somebody tell me what that is. Is it called Meetup?
I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
So, if you want to, it might just be meetup.com. I don't know. But I've seen a lot of teams use that, and they don't talk about Beachbody. They just say it's free workout. And you get people who just want to, and when you get into that community and they try the products, then they think, man, I could do this every day. And they get to try Shakeology. I think it's a lot of work, but a lot of people have success with it. I think it's a cool idea, not something that, I'm personally wanting to spend the time doing, managing, but I think it could be a really cool thing. I can't speak from any experience with it. And there are resources in the back office. If you go to the back office, I don't know if it's under marketing and tools, but that bar at the top, it's like my business, sales and marketing or whatever. I can't remember where but just look around.
Okay, but you still invite people, but you go to an establishment and you do work out with these people in general, but you just play it on a DVD player.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so I could try that at my clubhouse in the neighborhood or something. So,
yeah,
all right. Thank you.
There's actually someone on the team. That's exactly what they do. They're not really, Erica Baker, and I know she doesn't really actively coach, but she loves doing a neighborhood thing. So in her clubhouse, in her subdivision, she has all the girls come down and do a workout, and she just likes that environment. That's what she does.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm totally off topic, but do you see this on my hand? Oh, I tried CrossFit yesterday. Forgot chalk and left my ring on. So it's like that's 2 layers of skin. It's disgusting, but I went back today like an idiot. It was fun.
Can you hear me?
What's that?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, I was just gonna say that there's some stuff on the Platinum Presenters website about that whole thing. Like I think there was like some sample flyers for stuff like that on that website. So
Good point, Stacy. I forgot about that. Oh my gosh. I think the last time I saw that was 2 years ago when I was just learning this business and looking at all the resources on Platinum Presenters. That kind of thing. I looked at every possible document they had, and I vaguely remember seeing that now.
there's some for whoever hasn't ever been on it before, I go on there quite often because you told me about it, and there's some really useful stuff on there. A whole lot of good stuff on there. So
Yes. If you have not registered for access to platinumpresenters.com, there's a ton of resources. Like she said, also registering for access to it does not put you on that newsletter that she has. If you go to the website, make sure you're signed up for the newsletter. We don't really get on the team calls there anymore necessarily because we have an established team now and established training, but she still puts out a lot of good stuff. And the Platinum Edge, which is Christine Dwyer's, for anybody who doesn't know, Christine Dwyer puts on this live event. This is the third year. I've gone the last 2 years. It was actually my first live event because I missed my first summit because I was just a couple months in, didn't know what I was, if I was going to get this involved. And I swear to you, it is so tremendously valuable, not nearly as big and extraordinary and quite the spectacle of summit, but the training is on point. And Shalene, it's more like building you as an entrepreneur than just you as a Beachbody coach, as in Summit would. I mean, it's extraordinary. It's in November. If you can make it happen, it's totally worth the investment. I'm going. I know a couple of people have already committed to going. I'm going to talk about it more. I didn't want to throw it out there quite yet since we just came off a summit and I'm trying to encourage people to register for next year's summit. But since you guys are, the budding leaders on the team, I thought I'd go ahead and just put that on your radar to consider. It's crazy quality training. I don't ever want to miss it because I feel like it's so valuable. Like Shalene Johnson is always going to be there. She always, and it's so much more intimate because I think there's only 1,000 tickets. So it's a much more intimate environment, and the trainings, you just feel like you're so much more a part of it. So I'll get off that topic now, but I just wanted to put it on your radar. Okay. So what I wanted to discuss today was inspired by what I talked about on Saturday at the Super Saturday that I attended here in Virginia. I attended Brittany Leggett's Super Saturday when she learned that I was going to be in attendance, and then my Success partner, Sarah Lenore, was going to be in attendance because she just by chance moved an hour away from where I grew up. And I said, hey, you should go to the Super Saturday. They asked us to share me, Brittany, and Sarah, our secret sauce. Now we all know there's no secret sauce. Who's here? Jen McNeil was with me. We were in line for the photo op, and I think there was a girl in front of us, a diamond or emerald coach, I can't remember, but she noticed my badge and my rank, and said something to the effect of, so what's the secret? And Jen just starts laughing. Jen couldn't contain herself. She just starts giggling. I know what you're going to say. And she was right. There's no secret sauce. And people say it all the time. There's no freaking secret sauce. It's just 3 vital behaviors. But I didn't want to say that because everyone's, that's just, people don't want to hear that. So I really sat down and thought, okay, what was my secret sauce? What do I feel like was my, really made it work for me? And so I want to expand on that and then talk a little bit more practically than just my little 2-minute spiel, which was 90 miles per minute when I listened to my recording. I talk so fast when I'm nervous. So I'm going to kind of expand on what I talked about and then talk about more practically with this level of leadership, like you guys, where you're at in your business. So what I said was, I'm going to shut this door. So what I said was, it's so important to own your business. I learned early on that I had to own it because I didn't have, my upline Christine Pelarosha. At the time, now she's starting to work the business at some level. She's definitely building a team and stuff. At the time, she wasn't growing a business. She told me that. She just, I sell Shakeology. It's what I do. I'll give you the tools I can, but I don't have much for you. So I just figured it out. And I knew that if I wanted it, I had to go get it. And so you guys have that because I've built a team and I've built resources and stuff. But I still want you to think about your business and your team. And we've talked about this in these trainings, like, it's so important for you to establish your own team page, your own team culture, and eventually your own team trainings once you're, feel like you're established enough as a leader to have your own thing, because that's only going to benefit your team more when you make it yours and your own. Even if you just steal my resources, not steal, use, make them your own. I don't care. I don't care if you take them and just put your name on it. I really don't care. But there's just something from it. There's something about it coming from you as the CEO. So when I say own your business, I want you to think about yourself as your best employee, like as the CEO of your business. I want you to kind of do an audit on yourself, like tonight, like as if you're giving like your quarterly review. Think about the things that you are doing that you maybe wouldn't tolerate from an employee. Like if you're the CEO, and I can think of several of my own. And so I'm just gonna just throw out some things, and I want you to jot down some things that you think you can improve on, and some things you'd like to use moving forward to be your own CEO. Because the honest to goodness truth is, whether you have this goal for your business or not, because you don't have to, but this has tremendous earning potential. And I decided, okay, I don't know that I'll ever earn 5, 6, 7 figures in this business, but I'm going to treat it like that from the beginning. And the only way it's going to achieve that is if I treat it that way. But I think we so often kind of get caught up, well, I'm only an Emerald coach, or I'm only this. So this is how this is where I'm at. This is what's appropriate. So I've talked about when I was an Emerald coach, I treated my business like it was a diamond business, and I ran team calls. So even if that just means once a month, you're planning a call with your team. I don't care if it's only 2 people. I don't care if it's just you and one other person. Those are the kind of things I want you to own your business and be the CEO, because even though you have access to the resources of Team Phoenix, you're gonna put a limit, a ceiling on that if you just count on leadership from the larger team. So here are the kind of things that I identified, and I'm going to invite you guys to share some of your own that you probably are thinking about that I'm not. The kind of things that I think are easy to get lost, but if I'm a CEO of a 6-figure business, what am I expecting from my employees? Are you establishing work hours every day? Would you tolerate an employee who just showed up when he wanted to? Or would you expect to know what hours he's coming in? What kind of lunch breaks is he taking? How many personal days? Is he deciding, oh, you know what, I'm just not feeling well today. I'm just not going to show up. It's like The Office. What is that show? The Office Space? He's like, oh, I'm just not going to work today. No one knows that movie? Okay. But we tend to do that because we have our own business. We have that flexibility. But if you intend to grow a business, you're not going to tolerate somebody who just decides, yeah, I'm just not feeling good, or I'm busy, so I'm just not going to fit it in, or, take lots of vacations and then just kind of validate it because, we can. It's easy to validate those choices. Are you setting team or getting started right calls or meetings with people? Are you actually getting on them? Are you actually doing them on time? Are you late for them? And that's one that I struggle with, not being professional about if, there's a meeting with somebody, is my boss going to tolerate me being late, 5 minutes late to everything? No. And this is something that I struggle with, and I'm not sure it has to be this way. I'm just saying Shalene Johnson talks about it, and I've heard it. I've heard others talk about it. The way that you dress for your work. I dress however I am, but there is something about pulling yourself together professionally, whatever that might be, even if it's just you wash your hair that day. There's something about showing up, even if it's your own office, your own kitchen table. There's just something that it brings a level of professionalism and focus when you treat it seriously, take it seriously. The other thing, workspace. So for so long, I worked from my dinner table, and things would get lost. There'd be crap all over my papers, it's just messy. There's my computer had crumbs on it. And for so long, that's how it was. And I would just my workstation was a stack of papers that moved with me from my purse to my table. And even if you don't have a desk, like a real office space, there is a way to create an environment that this is your workspace, that you're treating your business with respect. And that's what I think, that's kind of the point of this whole call, is like giving your business the respect it deserves. And that's not saying you have to work 5 hours a day. You have to work like anybody else. But even if you decided, I'm going to do this for an hour a day, it's all I have, take that hour very seriously and treat your business with the kind of respect it deserves. If it's your goal to grow it. So what else do I have? I'm going to invite some of you to share with me ways maybe that you're struggling with that, or you think you're doing well, or even if you just want to share something that I'm not thinking about. What are some other ways that you can give your business the respect it deserves to be this, the CEO? Who's got one for me? There's some big businesses in here. I know you're doing well, so who's got some good advice? I saw your lovely workspace, Diana, when you got it all set up. It was so pretty and organized. That inspires you, right? When you have an organized workspace that is designated for your business.
Mm-hmm. I agree with getting dressed in the morning, and because anytime I've ever been sick, I'd like get out, take a shower, and put some fresh clothes on because it always makes you feel good. So that is really huge. And I just started. I'm at home now full time, and so I don't want to get into that of not getting up and getting dressed and feeling good and looking nice. So, and I totally agree. And I think that's good too for like even taking pictures throughout the day and doing videos. It'll make me more likely to do that post. So that's a big one. Mm-hmm. That's not a new one, but it's a big one.
Definitely. Does anybody else have any tips or things that they think could help with this topic?
Definitely working like as if, you said before, fake it till you make it, but I like, work as if you are a diamond or diamond, 1-star diamond or whatever. Like the one video from, what is it, Lindsay Matway, I think, that she's the one that says work as if. Mm-hmm. That's huge. Like, that put my mindset from play. It makes me ease because I know if I continue to work the business, it'll be a compound effect. So, like, because I will be there. So that was huge.
Yeah, I agree. That one is something that I did from, I wouldn't say from the beginning, but once I decided I was going to do this, that was the way and I'll tell you why I did it that way. It wasn't because it wasn't that I'm a genius or brilliant. I had such a hard time with the confidence to do this that I had to actually masquerade in a way in my own head, because I have struggled with self-confidence for so long, and the judgment of other people. It's just been something that I've grown so much in the past years. I had to say in my head, I have to pretend. I'm going to have to pretend until it's actually reality. and so I had to look, what would a diamond do right now? Or what would a 2-star? And those are the coaches that I follow, the people who are like a few steps ahead of where I am. So I'm like, if I want to be that, what does that look like? I spent too much time just watching every other Beachbody coach. Like, that was like, I wasted a lot of time because there's a lot of garbage out there. I mean garbage as far as like the way people post. And I thought, man, like, try all these different things. But when I was, trying to hit 5-star by the end of last year, I was like looking at those who were already there and trying to, okay, then I need to have webinars. And I need to have a coaching opportunity. I need to give my team sneak peeks. If I want to be that kind of team, I've got to start. I can't wait till I'm there because it doesn't happen that way. So, yeah, that one has been huge for me. So think about what whoa, Jen, there's 2 of you. Okay, there you are. I was kind of freaking out. So, think about, okay, if you're, so I see, a few diamonds on here, and I think, like, what's your next big goal? Is it 2-star? Then what do you, think about what is a 2-star doing? Are they starting to lead some of their own team calls? Are they starting to have some of their own trainings? You diamonds, what are those of you who are pushing for diamond, what is a diamond level leader doing in their business? What is their, what does their leadership look like? So start thinking about those things, jotting them down, and start, mimicking that behavior.
Can I say something? Sorry, my mic wasn't working, and I think it is now. I liked what you shared with me about helping our coaches who are working towards some sort of goal, who have signed coaches who want to work and they don't really know where to start with them. But I like how you shared that maybe that's something that myself as a leader comes alongside my downline who has downline and does the getting started right call with them.
Yes.
And I have one set up for Monday with a downline's downline, but that includes my downline as well. And it's just modeling good behaviors, basically. It's what we teach our teachers to do for our children. It's really the same sort of setup. So I really like that, along with Katie Arhan recommended doing a leadership call with people who are working towards a certain goal. If you're maybe a fresh diamond, then maybe it's doing a leadership call with those of you, the people on your team who are working towards emerald. I'm at the point now where I'm going to be doing it with people who are already emerald and working towards diamond. But even if it's just once a month, I think it builds some sort of team feeling, and then they know who they can talk to on your team too. They know that they see themselves as a leader then too, which I loved. That was like probably one of the best things that I've done. Like I felt afterwards there was just like a hurrah kind of feeling after that call. So I appreciated her recommendation for that.
Great.
I have a question.
Yeah. Is that your video, Stacey? I have no idea what that is. All right, go ahead, Stacey.
Okay.
What is that?
I don't know what that is. Okay. Is it good now? Okay. Okay. I have a couple of questions about leading team calls, and even if you only have like one coach. And I was just reading that yesterday on the Platinum Presenters thing too, and she was saying the same thing. Even if you just have one, you should be doing it. So what if you just have like everybody just wants to be a discount coach? That's the problem that I have. And like if they say they just want to be a discount coach, like I know you should treat them like your challenger as far as keeping in touch with them and stuff. But like how often do you come back to them and see if they're ready to start being anything more than a discount coach, or you know what I mean? Like how often should you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I do invite most people to the team page, and I just let them know, and I let them know that I am. I say, I'm inviting you to my team page. I know that you're not interested in actually coaching, but this is an environment of many other people with the same goals as you. Feel free to interact or not at all, or remove yourself, but I just wanted you to know. So I've had a lot of people, not a lot, I've had several people that have talked about coaching after that. I mean, I can think of 3 that are actively coaching right at this minute that they were not anything, they're going to be anything more, but I added them to the page and they just started to like be interested. So I would say make sure that you're putting them in the environment to be able to investigate it, without having to do anything. And then, I mean, just staying in touch with them as you would with any, VIP challenger. And I think in your conversations, you'll kind of get to detect if that might be the direction they're leaning. I mean, I don't think you need to talk to them every month. So you're ready to coach yet? You ready to start my training yet? But I think if you're just staying in touch with them and, just organically as you would with a friend, you'd be able to conversation with, tell you if this is something that they want to step in the direction of. So you have nobody if you have absolutely 0 people on your team that want to do, if every last one of them is a discount coach, I mean, you probably aren't going to have a team call, but if you have even one person, just plan to have, even if it's just a phone call, like say, hey, I wanted to run some ideas by you. I'm trying to, help our team. Because I mean, the honest truth is when I was getting started, I needed those first couple of coaches. I needed some ideas because I was like, what the heck am I doing? Who called me a leader? This is terrifying. So I, wanted to get Andrea was one of my first coaches who had a desire to do anything. So I was just and then I had another girl named Amanda who is no longer a coach. But at the time, I needed them. Like I was like, I think pulling them in made them kind of like feel important, and because they were like, I wanted to develop a team culture, and it starts with those first, few. So I think it actually makes them feel special and important to pull them in and say, let's talk some ideas. How can I, make this better? So, I know that, you have Gwen, at least, even though she may not be doing much now, has an interest in what we're doing. She could, let her know, hey, I'd have some ideas I want to run by you, and just making her feel important and special, I think, could lead her. You never know, but it's a start. Does anybody else have any feedback on that, on Stacey's question?
I would just say it's like a season for right now, and that at the beginning it felt like I really didn't have anyone either. And then, like Megan said, I've added a lot of discount coaches to my group. And now 4 of them are actively working, just from seeing the excitement behind that, behind what goes in there. And even putting them in Team Phoenix, I feel like when Megan does little competitions that kind of, push people along. But it's a season, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, boom, you have 12 working and you're trying to keep up with everyone. So I would just keep encouraging, those discount coaches, even if it's checking in to see how they're doing with their own fitness for the time being. But once you have a team page open, I think it changes everything. I really do believe that.
I have a question. I have started my team page. I haven't added all of my discount coaches in. I've added in more people that are like, I think I kind of want to start, but just trying to get their feet wet with it. But what I've been doing is I've been having like a personal one-on-one call, like each day. I try to just touch base with them and talk to them, and they know what day that's going to be. So should I step away from that and try to do more of a team call and do it all together, or just do whatever's working?
I think it's worth a shot. I mean, I'm not sure there's a perfect answer or a right answer, but if there are a couple people who have interest in something a little bit more than the discount, then I say, yeah, absolutely. It might be valuable to get them all together on a call, even if it's, intermittent, just, it wouldn't have to be every week, but I mean, there's no right answer, but I think that's the direction that you want to head sooner than later. Anybody else have any ways that you can treat your business like the legit business it is?
I've said this before. Everyone's probably heard me say it, but starting my own business hours was really huge for me. I know Janelle's heard it a million times. When I started going and dropping my kids off somewhere and sitting down in a quiet place during the day and working for a couple hours, it totally changed my life, from my own mindset, my business, everything. I can't even explain how life-changing it was. So for me, it was setting business hours and not just working at night and checking in with people during the day when my kids were in front of the TV. So the business hour thing for me.
Great stuff. Who would if you were to give your, well, I won't ask this question, but I know that when I decided I was going to talk about this, I said, well, what would I give? What kind of grade would I give myself if I had to give myself a review, an employee review, as far as what would I expect an employee? Or I've also heard the analogy, if your team did what you did today, how would that make you feel? And this week I'd be not very happy about that. And obviously this is a season. I'm really not worried about it. I think while I say it's important to treat your business like a business, the beauty of this business is the flexibility, and that when things like a move happen, the whole, bottom doesn't have to drop out, but and it's just, we're just kind of coasting, and that's okay. But when I look back at there are some areas that I think, wow, I would not want my employee to be late for that call, or to be disorganized in their workspace, or, I can definitely see some areas of growth. So maybe not share here, but I'd like for you to maybe, not maybe, please, this is your assignment, to like identify about 3 different things that you think, you know what, if I am trying to like evaluate my top employee, and what 3 areas is my top employee slacking in, and what would I want them to change? So just kind of give yourself that evaluation, and think about how you can move in that direction, whether it's work hours, organization, whatever that might be for you. I definitely encourage you to identify those areas and work towards improving them. Okay, that's all I had. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. Not just about that. Anything else?
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
You'd mentioned on a post about not using just in your conversations or in your messages. And it's funny because I thought about that before. And I think since you kind of brought it to the forefront for me again, and I was like, you know what? So every time now that I write out a note or anything, I go back and I take all the justs out. Because it is more like, you're like, okay, I'm just checking in. Instead of like, I'm checking in, let me know when you're ready, blah, blah, blah. Like, to me, it's just more confidence, direct. It's, to the point. So that was, to me, that was a big one.
Yeah, I forget. I thought someone else posted that. Maybe, I don't remember. But I remember reading that thinking, oh my gosh, I do that all the time. And it's a huge eye opener. And when I started to remove it, I was like, wow, I sound much more assertive and much more sure of myself and much more confident. And so I love it. And I still catch myself all the time. But I'm not sure people caught that. Maybe I should just kind of do a little brief overview. I'll do a brief overview. I forget, there was an article that talked about how often we use the word just. Hey, just checking in to see how you're doing. I just wanted to see this and that, but whatever. Using the word just. And how it kind of diminishes your message and makes it sound like you're asking for permission. And the effect when you remove that word, the message is just the same but more assertive. And I think they even said like men almost never use it, but when you're unsure of yourself. So I don't know, I'm probably not explaining it well, but just consider like how many consider see, just consider how often that you're using that word. And when you're writing out, like I do it all the time. Like that's another word you probably shouldn't say all the time. Like, but when you're writing out those messages, I do it all the time. Just wanted to see how you're doing. It's just something to think about, removing that word and seeing how much stronger that message is and more assertive and confident you sound. But good, thanks for bringing that up.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, guys? Okay, so I'll mention one quick thing. I don't know. So starting September 1st, I think this is what's going to happen. I'm going to postpone. We're going to do Dash to Diamond just like we've been doing through August. Because so many people have some big diamond goals by the end of the year, and there are some who are going for star diamonds and elite. We're going to do a big diamond push. Now, what I'm encouraging some of you to do, some of you already diamond leaders, and this is up to you how you want to handle it, but I know some of you indicated that you feel like it might be better for your team to have a smaller, more intimate diamond push. I'm going to offer something, but I will not be offended if you decide to do something different, because I understand that some people feel like the larger environment is overwhelming. I don't know. It's probably very individual based on, depending on the coach. So don't feel like you'll offend me by not doing it. But my success partner, Sarah, and I, we are talking about working together for a 10-week push, like September through mid-November. It's gonna look different from Dash to Diamond. It's going to be a little more, I don't want to say intense, but a strong focus on recruiting. And we're talking about even like a buy-in just to put some more skin in the game. For some reason, that $1 into the Revive group, I don't know. People just came out of the woodwork. I don't know why. It's $1. but there's something about putting a little skin into the game, and oh, you're right, it was in cash. Great. People don't do it for the money. We know that. So we're talking about like a small buy-in, and whoever hits diamond gets a part of that pot. I've seen it. I am in a Facebook group with this like 300 top coaches in the country in the business, and several of them have done this with great success. You know, a short, you know, time based, like it's a 10-week, however long, and buying in, maybe some training, but not really. It's just a focus on recruiting to really push towards some goals. So I'm going to be offering that in September. Like I said, leaders, you choose how you want to, you know, lead your team in that direction. But I wanted to throw it out there that I think I'm going to put this on hold until January, or maybe till January after the month of August, just to help people get that final push towards the end of the year. I know that that's when I really picked up the gears last year, was that like fall. It was just like, I'm going for it, getting after it. So on your radars, you know, if you have some questions, talk to me. I'm here. And that'll be for your entire downline, or talk to your star or your diamond upline. All right, guys, unless there's other questions, can I ask you to share and this is for anybody who's actually listening to this. We'll see who's actually listening to this who didn't make it. We'll see who actually is going to listen to the recording. Yeah, I know. The people who show up, those are the people who get in the training. Share one thing that you're going to take away today that you're going to apply to your business. Something, an area that you want to grow in, an area that you know that you're not getting your business the respect it deserves. Just share one thing, and I'll feel free. I'm an open book. I'll tell you all my mistakes. So if you wouldn't mind going over to the group after this, or if you want to think about it, that's cool. I'll start a thread and share how you are going to improve your business moving forward. All right. Thanks for showing up. I'll see you next time. Bye.